It's Week 15 of the National Football League, and we're watching the Snowhawks, veteran running back. He's the NFL's ultimate red zone back and your leader in rushing touchdowns. It's the Snowhawks and the Rams. All that and more coming up next.
We are pleased as always to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talked about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
And off we go from SoFi Stadium. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. So out come the Rams now for their first possession. And trotting out there, their tall quarterback standing at 6'5".
And he ought to have a lot of pep in his step after last week's performance, because he did exactly as you want him to play if you're a coach. 3 touchdown passes, 0 interceptions, which usually means you're making a lot of right decisions out there.
And got him the win. They'll start on the ground here on first down to about the 33-yard line. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 21 carries, 83 yards.
And he's hoping to have the same type of game, but he's going up against the #1 defense in the league, and they're very good at fitting the run. So now you've got to think offensive strategy, maybe a little more play action, and try and find some people open downfield.
And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. An early tough test on the opening drive. This is 3rd and 8. Young will set to throw. Oh, his first throw of the game going to be intercepted. And he'll get it all the way down inside the 35-yard line. Remember, Charles, this is the #1 defense in the NFL, and they proved their mettle here, forcing the turnover on the opening possession.
And sometimes when you play a team that has that reputation, that's earned it by their play, the psychology is, okay, they're #1. They have to prove it to us, and they tried to attack. They found out that that ranking was real.
And if history is any indication, when this defense gets off to a good start, look out.
Yeah, their offense plays off of them awfully well, too.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He finds his man, complete. That's Hoffman. Calling a gain of 6 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Now the first carry here for the running back. And he's able to motor his way down to the 16-yard line. 12 yards there and a first down. Back to throw here. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. First down marker at the 5. It's 2nd and goal. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. A 5-yard gain, and now they're set up 1st and goal. They'll drop to throw. Touchdown! A great play there with touchdown number 20 on the year. And the Snowhawks are on the board first on the road here in L.A. Point after, right down the middle. And that makes the score 7-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Rams offense, led by their wide receiver, headed out for their second possession. And he's very much alive in the race for most receiving yards by a wideout this year. Currently ranked second in the NFL at this point in the season. And they'll wind up getting this to the 37, gain of 9. So from the 37, here's second and a yard. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
First and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Here is Young. Over the middle into traffic, and that's complete. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, second and 2. Now here's Young. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
First and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Here's a handoff out of the gun. And good work there in open space. He's got this all the way down now to the 32. First down Los Angeles there with a pickup of 14 yards. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. He finds some way to turn this into positive yardage as he struggles forward for a pickup of about 2. The Rams with the football here to begin the second quarter, as they've got a 2nd and 8 forthcoming. Hands it off out of the gun. Great effort there with his 4th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Rams are an extra point away from drawing level. The extra point splits the uprights, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. And he's all the way up across the 40 and down at the 42. Great return. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles' defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other. Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
And this is what you want to see from a defense. Give up an opening drive touchdown, that's fine. But how about them going back out there, recommitting themselves to the task at hand, and forcing a 3 and out and giving the ball back to their offense.
Over the middle, complete. That's Jones. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off with a first down. Again, he'll drop to throw. Gets it to Gordon. He's got room at the 30. And down to the 19-yard line. 28 yards the gain there on the catch and run. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. They'll look to throw again. Got his man, puts it on the carpet, it's out. And now the Rams have got it, going the other way. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Obviously, you got to hold on to the football, but I've got to give credit to the defense there. Good job of knocking it free.
Yeah, because a lot of the time we just blame the offensive players for not taking care of it. How about the effort of the defensive players knowing that guys are going to, and if they're good, anticipate the contact coming and try and cover up the football. And they still find ways to knock it free.
Here's a 2nd and 5.
2nd and 5.
Oh, Young loses it. But it looks like one of the DBs has it. And they'll have great field position here as the ball will be at the 15-yard line.
After that play, I think we know one quarterback will be extremely happy if his defense can hold the opposing team to a field goal here.
They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he gets into the end zone for the touchdown. A great play there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And his guys have taken the lead. Extra point right down the middle. And that makes the score 14-7. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Oh, and a nice return, but he takes a big shot at the end of it. There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. And the ground game's been good, but they're losing here in the 2nd quarter. Can they use that ground game maybe to work the air attack a little bit more?
I think so, because now you can throw play action off of being able to run the ball effectively. And oftentimes you might want to just swing your back out of the backfield, get the ball in his hands in open space. And just don't get totally away from running it, because some of these runs now, they may pop bigger as the game goes along.
Yeah, they've been good with the run so far. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. Despite the completion, they're going to wind up losing 3 there. 2nd down. Now Young. And a quick throw here, that's complete. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Rams 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Looking to throw, Young. Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 40-yard line.
They'll throw again. Young. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. And they will finally get him as he's all the way down near the 40-yard line.
And that's what we've seen from this defense all year long, because they've been so good at finding ways to take the football away. And they just gave us another example right here. A strong defense, that's something you're going to need to rely on come playoff time. And this crew has got one. There's no doubt about that, Brandon.
Looking for Jones, and it's intercepted. And the Rams are going to get the football here as he gets this up to the 38-yard line. So the interception there. And, Charles, I'd imagine that's something you can maybe live with in December, but not come January.
And I love how you make the distinction there. You're talking about regular season versus the postseason, the playoffs. Because these guys, they've already clinched a playoff spot, but they know, looking ahead, when they get into the postseason, they've got to take better care of the football, because turnovers in that situation, they really become magnified.
And he cannot get away, and Young will go down. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. 3rd and 19. They'll try and run this one right up the gut. Across the 30 to the 31-yard line. Now a 2nd timeout called for by the defense as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. That's taken on the 25. 42-yard punt, 6 on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. He finds his man, complete. It's Hoffman. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. That one goes for 24 yards.
First down, San Antonio.
Back to throw now on first down. Got Gordon open, completes it. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. And now it looks like we're going to get a timeout here. We've got a man shaken up. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. He'll look to throw. On the slant, he'll get it to Jones. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. Another nice gain, 16 yards there and a first down again. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And he's got his man out of the slot, complete. Now the offense will burn their third and final timeout as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. Back to throw again. And this is going to be intercepted. And the Rams are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. 30 seconds remain in this first half as they come up here first and 10. Following the interception, Young. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down. Young. And his throw is incomplete.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
This time they stay on the ground. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. 84 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. Throwing, Young. And this turns into a nice gain with a slide at the end. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. Young now from the 50. Looking for a slot man, and he's got him. And he's got this down a yard or two shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. So the completion results there in 9 yards, and it'll bring up a 2nd and short. And I tell you what, he got it from 58. That had lots of leg behind it. And they'll cut the lead back down to 4 now at 14-10. Well, they already had the early lead, and they get the interception, Charles, and now they add 3 more with the field goal.
Yeah, they're in control of how this game is playing out so far. You mentioned the early lead. Now they're expanding on it, getting plays on both sides of the ball. A winning recipe if they can keep this up.
They'll throw now on the final play. He sets to fire deep. That's caught at the 25. And he's in for the touchdown on the final play of the first half. The prayer is answered.
How did they get that done?
Boy, Charles, this offense is just so explosive. They lead the league in scoring, and another example of just how good they are right there on that play.
Yeah, we often overstate about how explosive teams are, but this team is truly a threat to score on every snap, especially on the first few plays of any series. And a big strike like that only adds to their reputation as the league's best offense.
Point after, right down the middle. And that will take us to the end of the first half of play. So we have reached halftime here in an 11-point contest. As we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report, here's Jonathan Coachman.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. More from you and Charles in a bit. But first, time for a look around the NFL to see what's going on here in the late window. We'll start up in the Pacific Northwest at Lumen Field in Seattle. and it's the Jets who have the lead with that one getting close to halftime. The Jets trying to gut this one out, as it would be a good victory for them if they could get it. From there, we head cross-country to check on the Giants at home at MetLife Stadium. And they were losers in that ball game to the visiting Cleveland Browns. The Browns continue their playoff push as the victory runs their mark to 9-5 on the year. Lastly, we head to Gillette Stadium in Foxborough to check on the Patriots. And it was the visiting San Francisco 49ers that come in and get the victory. 20-14, the final score. This has certainly been a fun one to watch so far. We knew this was going to be a battle, and we have not been disappointed. This is the kind of game that could wind up hinging on which side could play mistake-free football the rest of the way.
And he'll be stopped up at the 25. The Snowhawks offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And as we show you some of the highlights from earlier, he has been instrumental in getting his guys the lead. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. As this offense takes the field to begin the opening drive of the second half, Charles, remember in that first half, good through the air and really all around an outstanding offensive performance.
Absolutely. They reached the end zone several times. The passing game working awfully well, and most importantly, partner.
Yeah, they went to the tunnel with a lead. They come back out with that lead.
Absolutely. NFL coaches, we know they're perfectionists in a lot of ways, but they had to like what they saw in that first half.
The left side completion to Jones. And he's got this almost to the 40 before going out.
A gain of 13 yards. And the San Antonio first down.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 45. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. They'll set up to throw. Complete to Jones. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a 1st down.
First down, Snowhawks.
Back to throw. That's complete. It's Gordon. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. He continues to deliver a 1st down here. He had 4 catches in the first half, and this one number 5. From the gun, he'll now a loose football. The ball comes out, but fortunately he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble. The fumble on 1st down. Now here's 2nd down. Now back to throw. Throw left side complete. That's Jones. And now it looks like we're going to get a timeout here. We've got a man shaken up. Well, hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And down inside the 10 here before he's out of bounds, right around the 7. 2nd and 2, 1st down marker at the 5-yard line. They'll look to throw here. Got his tight end. That's complete. It's Jones. And he will take it in for the touchdown. A great effort there. With his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Snowhawks are able to widen their advantage. Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead is up to 18 now. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this return going to come to a quick end as he is belted at the end of that one. The Rams offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And it's been a struggle for him all afternoon. This defense has really done a nice job of making him earn everything he gets, and it's prevented him from getting into any kind of rhythm here today. The Los Angeles offense set to begin their next drive. They'll start this drive out on the ground. Fighting through, and he's got space. Whoa, it still won't go down. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 99 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. Young will set to throw. That's caught out left by Perriman. They'll give him 4 yards there, and that's going to bring up second down.
I know it was a gain, but you have to sense probably a little bit of disappointment there because when it's out there in open space, I think they expect to get more out of a play, don't you?
Especially when you're getting it to your guy out of the backfield. You're expecting him to be able to create something, be a little more shifty.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Good open field tackling held it to an okay gain.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Now here's Young. He's got his target. That's complete. And he is going to have a Rams first down as that'll be a pickup of about 5 as they convert on 3rd and inches. Young now. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
Brings up 2nd and 1 at the 32-yard line.
Roll!
We're off to the 4th quarter here in Week 15. Back now in Los Angeles. It's the Rams trailing, but they do have the football as we start the 4th and final quarter. It'll be Young again. And he's got his man on the out route. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Young to throw it. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. A loss of 4 that time on the sack, and it brings up second.
But one thing I do know, these guys on defense, they don't want this game to end. They're winning by multiple touchdowns. They've shut down the opposing quarterback in a big way, and they're still picking up sacks as we approach the end of this one.
Under pressure, and they got to him again. They'll wind up losing 10 on the sack, and it'll lead to a 3rd and long. Now Young. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards, and that's going to make it 4th down. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. No luck for the Rams as they fail here on 4th down. And this 10-play drive winds up yielding nothing. They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And he puts his head down and gets up to the 42 for a gain of about 6. Good gain there on 1st down and keeps them in a running situation probably.
They did everything right on that play, didn't they? They got the leverage up front. Good blocking, nice hole for him, ends up picking up nice yardage, stays in bounds to keep the clock rolling. They're in charge of this scenario right now. They want to stay that way.
And not in any rush offensively.
And the San Antonio 1st down.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down. From just shy of midfield, here's a 2nd and 7. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he's going to take this one across midfield and into Ram territory. Good job there keeping him to a short gain. Of course, he's coming off a really terrific performance, reigning NFC Defensive Player of the Week.
And I know people get caught up in, well, if you're the reigning Defensive Player of the Week, you must have made a bunch of spectacular plays. I think you mixed in a few of those, but most of the plays are just like we saw there. Keep them to short gains, make the fundamental tackle.
Pass taken in by his big tight end. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. The numbers throwing the ball have been great. He's up over 300 yards now for the game. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5.
I like it. I like the call. Still an opportunity to run the football and chew up a little more time off the clock.
From the gun, they'll try to run it. Great footwork, but still wrangled down before reaching the 20. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. And they'll run on the inside handoff. And he'll take it into the end zone for a touchdown. A great play there, with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Snowhawks add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And he's going to be stopped cold. Good coverage there by the kick team to bring that return to an abrupt halt. The Los Angeles offense set to begin their next drive. Looking to throw, Young. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll work free from one tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Now Young. And that nearly intercepted. It's incomplete. Now remember, he had a pick earlier, but couldn't reel that one in. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Out of the gun, it's Young. And he can't escape, and down he goes. Now the Rams will signal for a timeout, their 2nd, as they stop it with 14 seconds to go in the game. 44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. And taken right on the 30. A 46-yard punt, 4-yard return. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before we hit 000. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And they just continue to roll right along, really. This has the looks of yet another victory as they hope to polish it off here in quarter number 4. It's caught inside the 25. And great yardage here all the way deep into Los Angeles territory. So this crowd will not go home happy. It's a victory for our visitors.